Can you, Obi Osuji, please, can you take the floor? Marcel, you can now do away with your, your presentation. Thank you. Obi Osuji, the floor is yours.
Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I'm going to cut into the chase and forget about the phrase because a lot has been mentioned that I wanted to speak about. Therefore, let me just go straight and just highlight three areas since we're looking at practical solutions. I had mentioned testing, and we have, at least there's a consensus that testing is important. The question is, how do we go about it? I just want to think that rather than wait until you have the testing kits and all that, I don't think there's anything stopping the respective state governments from going into the communities, collecting samples. That is important to be done is to make sure that you have proper records of the samples you have taken, and then take it to the respective test centers, whether it's the one at Ebonyi or is the new one in Anambra, and let us look at what the results are like. And then we'll begin to have an idea of the level of infection that is prevalent in the southeast and south-south. Iko Obosi did say something that actually, I had once thought about, that it doesn't look like this virus came in just about the time it was discovered. We got the index case here. I believe it must have got even to the southeast as far back as January, if not December. That's my thinking. So the question is, and that should be something that should engage some of those who think in the southeast and south-south, what exactly is happening? Why are we not having people dying everywhere and finding out why they are dying? Are they dying from COVID-related issues? I think we should be asking such kind of questions now, if that's important. Then the second one quickly now is the issue of insecurity. If there's anything I think I've learned about what is happening in Lagos, it is the fact that the lockdown has brought about insecurity in Lagos. And because you have who
You're frozen. Obviously.
back into the practical things we can do. Concerning testing, I think we can set targets. The governors can decide to set a target of how many tests can be conducted that is realistic within the time frame we have. That is one of the areas I'm looking at. And like I was trying to suggest, I said you can go into the community, take samples, take them over to the respective labs, and then come back. The results will tell you if truly we have massive infections or not. Then again, I think the Southeast South Governors Forum should be resuscitated. I think it is moribund as it is. It should be strengthened. Why? For the sake of coordination in case of other crises in the future. Now they can copy from what the Southwest has done. They have a more structured organization where you even have the Director General in place. What can be done? It's a matter of comparing comparative advantage. What does State A do better than State B? We can look at this in order to stem, what the kind of opportunities that is derivable from this kind of situation. For instance, can the states look at, should this COVID become a pandemic, become quite endemic in the southeast and south-south? Is it possible to look at how many ambulances are in place? Can we look at if Imo State has only 3 isolation centers and they are overwhelmed, how much can Anambra take? How much can River State take? How much? We should be able to look at such kind of things and prepare ahead of time. Another area I think that is also very important here is the issue of insecurity. Now, I'm just trying to play the devil's advocate here, and I'm assuming that tomorrow COVID becomes endemic, and then you are calling for a lockdown. Let us learn from Lagos. One of the reasons I feel that Lagos is getting more infected is because of the 1 million boys who are going from one community to another. They should be carrying this COVID along with them. How do you now begin to make the so-called community policing effective? How can we begin to educate our community police people to address this in a humane way and not repeat the same kind of vandalism, the same kind of rascality we see amongst the police recently? I'm not trying to malign the police anyway. Then again, finally, without taking much of our time, the issue of awareness. If you want the people to buy into this, why is it that a Mazi Ezioke can stay at home? Beyond the issue of him being able to provide for himself and his family. What drives him to stay at home is because he fears COVID. How can we make the people fear COVID? How can we begin to make them look at this as a worse situation? That look, life first is the man who is alive that can begin to think of what he's going to eat.
Okay.
And therefore, I suggest that look, let us begin to see what our respective radio stations can do. Most people may not have television, but a good number of people have radio. Can we begin to speak to our people in Igbo? Can we begin to highlight the dangers? Can we also begin to get those of Igbo stock or those of River stock who have like the like one particular Miss Dafinone who survived the COVID attack? Can we get her to speak in her language? Can we get those of Igbo stock to speak in their language? So the people, let people understand that this thing is real. When we do that, possibly, people can begin to take responsibility for their action. Then one more, please, before I go away, since we are talking about practical things we can do. I think we must learn from Governor Ayade, whichever we want to look at it. People should put on masks. If you want to look at the go between lockdown or
okay, you've made excellent point, and
lockdown,
okay,
people, then the infection will be limited. Let me leave it at that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.